The name Ronda Rousey has a lot of star power behind it. After being the best in the UFC for a while, she was going to the WWE, where she would be treated like a top star, which was fair. After WrestleMania 35, Rousey left WWE and didn't come back for almost 4 years. She came back at the Royal Rumble in 2022, but she hasn't been able to find the magic she had as a rookie. Has Ronda Rousey quit WWE? Some people wondered if Ronda Rousey would leave WWE after she gave up the title on the last episode of SmackDown in 2022. Since then, an update on her situation has been shared, which might make fans feel different ways. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, was one of the people with whom the baddest woman on the planet had a fight. Last year, they fought for the SmackDown Women's Championship in a I Quit match at WrestleMania Backlash in May. Flair broke her arm in the ending, but that was just so she could get off TV and marry fellow wrestler Andrade El Idolo. Ronda's time as the SmackDown champion wasn't as well liked. In November, some fans even used the hashtag #FireRondaRousey to show how unhappy they were with her time in WWE in general. Rousey successfully defended her title against Raquel Rodriguez on the December 30th, 2022 episode of SmackDown. Then, Charlotte surprised everyone by coming back and challenging for the title right away. The match was over quickly, and the returning star became the new champion. Some people thought that the loss was done on purpose to get rid of the former champion from TV. PW Insider says that's not true. According to a report on the site, not only is Charlotte listed as a babyface, but Ronda Rousey will also keep working in WWE. They also said that she has shows scheduled and that she might be in the next Royal Rumble. Since Ronda Rousey won't quit WWE, a new possible opponent is now being discussed. The former SmackDown Women's Champion and Flair might fight for the gold again, but a famous superstar is said to be going up against the former UFC champion soon. One of Ronda Rousey's first ideas for this year was to fight with Becky Lynch. Back in 2019, they were part of a storyline with Charlotte, and at WrestleMania 35, they were the first women to be the main event. As it turns out, news reports say that the fight has ended. Rhea Ripley, who is part of the group The Judgment Day, will take Lynch's place in the feud. Wrestling News said that the fight will be for the SmackDown Women's Championship, so it's still unclear how this will turn out. Now that the first episode of SmackDown in 2023 is coming up, fans can only wait to see what will happen next with Ronda Rousey and who she will face next. How Ronda Rousey has gotten worse since her standout 2018 WWE Rookie Year. Ronda Rousey had a standout rookie year in WWE. The main event of Royal Rumble 2018 was the first ever Royal Rumble match between women. It was a big win for women's wrestling and deserved to be the last match of the night. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, who were the women's champions at the time, came out to watch the match, which made it even better. But it's possible that the match also ended the show so that the WWE could show off their big new signing and end the show with Ronda Rousey's first match. After that, she kind of just went away until Elimination Chamber, where she signed her WWE contract for real. This part of the show also led to her first fight with Stephanie McMahon in the company. This led to a great mixed tag team match at WrestleMania. Ronda and Kurt Angle teamed up to beat Triple H and Stephanie. At this point, Kurt Angle could still hide his flaws in the ring, so most people thought he and Triple H would carry the match. However, Ronda Rousey did a great job in her first ever match. The rest of the year would be built around this idea. At SummerSlam, Alexa Bliss played squash, and at Hell in a Cell, injured ribs were used to get the crowd interested. lasted. Nia Jax also had not one, but two decent to good matches. Ronda Rousey took off when she turned heel, leading to a WrestleMania main event. Ronda reached new heights when she became the bad guy on the road to WrestleMania 2019. Her marketing skills were pretty good at this time. She verbally destroyed her opponents and made you believe every word that came out of her mouth. No stuttering, no pausing, no mistakes. She popped off on the mic, and she was also just getting so much better in the ring. Her match against Sasha Banks at the 2019 Royal Rumble is proof of that. Becky Lynch is the most popular babyface since Daniel Bryan, so it should have been easy to put her against Rousey in the first ever Raw Women's Championship match in the WrestleMania main event. WWE messed it up, of course. They added Charlotte, who felt like a third wheel, so they gave her the SmackDown Women's Championship. But she still felt like a third wheel. The match itself was bad because the crowd was tired and the end was wrong. Even so, the match still felt huge, and Ronda Rousey was a big reason why. Ronda Rousey's 2022 return to WWE has been a letdown. Ronda Rousey didn't really surprise anyone when she won the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble match after coming back to WWE. She came back in Charlotte's face to challenge her. However, almost immediately, something felt off. She wasn't as important as she used to be. She wasn't this famous wrestler who helped women get a main event at WrestleMania. Her matches and segments were no longer important to watch. She felt like she was just another name on the list. She was always good enough to be a champion or a challenger, but the name Ronda Rousey doesn't mean as much as it used to. There's no clear reason why this is happening. It could be that her return was ruined days before the Royal Rumble, that 4 years is a long time to be away, especially in wrestling, or that she was coming back from having a child and not a legendary UFC career. But the main reason is that she's not as good a performer as she used to be. Since the beginning, her promos have been terrible. Her character has been dull, and her matches, with a few exceptions, have been bad. Even though she had 2 entertaining matches with Nia Jax, this woman can't even put on a good match with Liv Morgan, Shotzi, or Charlotte, with the exception of the I Quit match at Backlash. Even another heel turn didn't work for Ronda Rousey. Even a heel turn, which she desperately required, has not been of any assistance to her. In point of fact, rather than helping her performance, it has had the opposite effect of her previous heel turn and hampered it. Getting together with Shayna Baszler ought to have provided this run with the boost it required, but every time they appear on screen, fans anticipate that they will let them down instead of being impressed by them. Because she can't string together a comprehensible sentence, her advertisements are getting worse. It took over a year of planning, but the dream singles match between her and Becky Lynch that was supposed to take place at WrestleMania 39 has now been scrapped because it doesn't seem like much of a big deal anymore. Wrestling fans often have very contradictory attitudes. They were capable of loving someone intensely in one moment and then turning extremely hostile toward that person in the next. It would be simple to assert that this is what occurred to Ronda Rousey. However, the evidence can be seen on television each week. It's possible that she and Becky Lynch are 2 different people with different histories, but after having a child, Becky is looking better than she ever has. Ronda's return saw her as a shadow of the person she had been in the UFC, at WrestleMania 31, and in the WWE during her first year with the company. Finally, as a bonus, Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey no longer planned for WrestleMania 39. After months of rumors and speculation about Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey fighting each other in a singles match at WrestleMania 39 next year, WWE is now reportedly planning to do something different. Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio heard from a source that Lynch versus Rousey at WrestleMania is now very unlikely. And Ian Carey of F4W Online heard from another source that the idea is dead. Lynch and Rousey were supposed to face each other in a singles match at Survivor Series 2018, but Lynch got hurt right before the event, so WWE put Charlotte Flair in her place. The Man went on to win the 2019 Women's Royal Rumble match, seemingly setting the stage for a singles bout against Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania 35. But Charlotte was once again inserted into the situation, making it a triple threat. That match was a big deal because it was the first time a women's match was the main event at WrestleMania. Lynch beat Rousey by pinning her, and Rousey said she would leave WWE until the Royal Rumble in 2022. Lynch and Rousey have only wrestled against each other once, and it wasn't a head-to-head match. Lynch versus Rousey for the SmackDown Women's Championship seemed like a natural fit for WrestleMania 39 in April 2023 because of their history. But what happened on Friday's episode of SmackDown may be a sign that WWE is going in a different direction. After Rousey won a tough match against Raquel Rodriguez and kept the SmackDown Women's title, Flair came back to WWE after almost 8 months away and challenged Rousey to a title match right away. Charlotte was able to beat a tired Rousey, ending her reign as SmackDown Women's Champion. Rousey used to be a UFC star. No one knows what WWE has planned for Lynch and Rousey at WrestleMania, but the company has a strong women's division with Charlotte, Bayley, Bianca Belair, Asuka, Alexa Bliss, and many others. So both of them should have plenty of options. Do you believe Ronda could turn everything around this year and return to be the top dog of the female WWE division? Comment below. Well, that's all the time we had for today. Thanks for sticking around. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Cheers!